All right, everyone, I'm back with Rapid Fire with Michael Erath from Next Level Growth. This is where we hopefully have some fun.
Should I be nervous?
Oh, yeah, you should. All right. Michael, what's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is chocolate.
Oh, there you go. What's your favorite board game?
Favorite board game? Oh, God, the last time I played a board game.
I think of you as a Monopoly guy.
Chutes and Ladders.
See, finally an original.
In fact, I think that every company's onboarding process should be like Chutes and Ladders.
My wife and I, we tell everyone that everyone should have to play Sorry. Because every time you think you're going to win, you get right back to the beginning. But Chutes and Ladders is almost the same. What was your most memorable year and why?
Boy, that's a good one.
That's a little deep.
Yeah, I would honestly say it was 2009.
I can imagine.
It was the worst year I went through. And I learned more going through that than I've ever learned in anything else in my life.
Would you say, if I can summarize and try just listening to the empathy that you had in your voice, did you learn more about yourself than anything else?
I did, and I'm going to take that back. It was actually 2008.
Okay.
And here's why. Very quickly, my wife and I had gotten to a point where my personality was kind of crushing our marriage. I was super successful as a pilot, had airplanes, race cars, everything. And we ended up actually separating for about a month. I write about this in my book. And we found our way through that literally about 2 months before I found out my partner's crimes. And our family, I believe, in hindsight, would have been destroyed if we hadn't sorted out
timing.
Yeah, if we had not sorted things out in our lives and our marriage. So I think that was the most significant.
What would you like to do if and when you retire?
I don't think I'll ever really retire, but I want to spend at least half of my life living on a boat.
We'll have to talk offline. I love that answer. Here's one. If you could eliminate one thing from your daily routine, what would it be and why? I knew you were going to say that. All right, so this is a double-edged one, or you know what I'm trying to say, is what's your favorite food, if you're a foodie, or if you're a really good cook, what's your favorite thing to cook?
I love to cook sea bass. I haven't done it in a while, but I do love to cook sea bass, and as simple as it is, cacio e pepe. I love eating that, and I shouldn't be eating it because it's high glycemic, and I'm trying to be careful as I get older, but that's it.
On that same thing, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream flavor is Reese's, like the chocolate peanut butter one.
See, you matched what you were talking about before.
Right.
All right, here's another deep one. What did you learn recently? Like, like something like, wow.
This is a good one. I learned that, so again, being vulnerable, with our sons, when up until the point in time that all of this collapsed in 08, 09, our oldest son was 14 when that happened. So he had a lot of his formative years at home with me there, with me very involved in providing some discipline. Our younger son was 10. And so his formative years, half my time, I was on the road trying to figure out how we were going to live to fight another day.
Yeah.
And so he grew up during that time, with less of kind of me, dumb decision. Here's the consequences. Good luck. That kind of let him figure it out stuff. And so that made it a little harder on him in his early 20s, and he's doing great now, but it just something that I feel almost guilty about that I've learned about myself.
Yeah, that's good. What do you think your specific industry will look like in another 5 to 10 years?
I think for more of the somewhat paint by numbers approaches, I think AI will go a long way into cutting into the need for a guide, because I think the repository of knowledge will be such that a lot of questions and whatnot can be answered without a real person doing it, which I think plays into our approach much better. At least that's the strategy and my hope.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm actually glad you brought that up, because it's a typical thing that I would ask, but we really didn't approach that in our dialogue. But I'm glad you brought that up. What would you like to be remembered for?
The impact I had on others.
What movie could you watch over and over again?
Movie. Oh, Top Gun, the original.
All right. What sport would you compete in if you were in the Olympics?
Played soccer growing up, and I loved that, but I don't like to run anymore. Javelin.
Come on, we're old enough to know what yard darts were. I can remember pitching them back when growing up. All right. Not kind of another deep one. If you could meet any person for dinner, who would it be and why?
Job.
Oh, that's an interesting answer.
Yeah.
It's kind of deep, but I like it. Yeah. All right, final one. What are you reading or listening to right now that the audience would appreciate?
I am rereading for the third time Great Game of Business by Jack Stack.
Oh.
And every time I read that book, I walk away with more things that I didn't pick up on first time around.
Well, and of course your own. You have to reread.
Well, right. Believe me, I've lived it.